everybody? It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. from the Black Boss channel. Now, there's a slight move that the Clippers is very underrated move that the Clippers did, not just in their game against the Lakers, but I think they'll do moving forward. And that's what head coach Ty Lue brought in. And that was the triangle offense. And here's the thing. The triangle offense was brought to fame. Phil Jackson. He didn't create the triangle offense, but he made it famous with Michael Jordan. And then we saw Shaq and Kobe run it and all that great stuff. And we saw how effective it was for them. And being one Phil Jackson, 11 championships or whatever. It just went crazy. And the reason why it's going to work for the Clippers, and it should make Lakers fans like myself nervous a little bit, because they have two guys that fit perfectly in it. Two guys that will thrive in the triangle offense. The purpose of the triangle is to get guys open shots around the mid-range. Well, that's where Kawhi Leonard lives. That's where Kawhi Leonard is most effective. And getting open shots are Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in the mid-range game. They're two of the best players. It's Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, and maybe Paul George are like the three best mid-range players. And we know in this era of analytics and three-pointers and layups that James Harden and the Houston Rockets and Steph Curry and the Warriors are kind of made famous, the mid-range is still valuable. Like, the mid-range of basketball still counts. Like, when you make those shots, it's not like they don't count anymore. They still count, and it's still 2 points. And with that being implemented into the Clippers offense, it will make them dangerous. It will make them a better team than they were last year. Paul George, my bad, no disrespect. Paul George running the triangle offense with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George doing more pick and rolls, which he's in the top of the league in pick and rolls last year. Him saying that Doc never got him pick and rolls, that was just BS. Like, it wasn't true at all. But them running the triangle offense will make this team a lot more scary. We know what they can do defensively. We know when they lock in defensively what they can do. But them getting those open shots in one-on-one situations in the mid-range and knocking them down. And they have to make the shots. This is the thing of what they did against Denver. They get up big lead, and then they get up with a 20-point lead, and then they wouldn't be able to make shots. They have to make the shots. But when they make those shots, this team is dangerous. This team will be elite. This team will be great. And I think that subtle move by Ty Lue was worth getting rid of Doc. I think that right by itself was worth getting rid of Doc, because this team now, if they run the triangle to perfection, if they run the triangle like they should, because of Paul George's and Kawhi Leonard's skill set are so similar to like a Kobe or a Jordan. Obviously, they're not Kobe, they're not Jordan, but their skill set, their body types are similar. Their games are similar. Paul George plays on the perimeter a little more on the out three-point line, but that's just the way of the NBA. But if they're able to run this triangle offense, which Ty Lue played for the Lakers back when Phil Jackson was there, he played, so he knows it, it's going to make this team vastly improve. It'll have this team a championship contender like they were supposed to be last year. It will have this team in the spot that they need to be. Now, do I think they'll beat the Lakers? I don't know. I don't think so. But it'll have them that much closer to accomplishing that goal, to beating teams like Denver, to beating teams they're supposed to beat, like the Dallas Mavericks and the Denver Nuggets. They struggle with the Mavericks. If it wasn't for Kristaps getting thrown out of one game and then getting hurt the rest of the series, who knows if they'd have won that series? And then we know the debacle that happened against the Nuggets, but the bubble is over. And teams are going to have to come to Staples Center and beat the Clippers on their home court, with or without fans. We don't know, but they're going to have to travel. And I think the Clippers are going to benefit a lot from not being in the bubble and from Ty Lue implementing the triangle offense. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. from the Black Boss channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for listening. Hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, because we talk about basketball, we talk about sports, we talk about being a black man all the time. And I'll see you guys next time.